Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Joining me now is Winfried Feneburg, the superintendent of the Kearsarge Regional School District, as well as Charles Lingille, the principal at the high school, for our continuing look at their STEAM Wing proposal. Hi, gentlemen.
The areas that we're talking about for renovation are approximately 50 years old. They are original to the high school. So if you imagine spaces that even in your own house, we would probably have renovated the kitchen or the bathroom. Same applies for public buildings. So we need to create educational space that is adequate for the programs that we have developed and are planning to develop. As we look at renovation and reconstruction, we are talking about 16,000 square feet of new construction, spaces that we now create in recognition of what those new programs need to entail, and approximately 30,000 square feet all total in terms of being touched, remodeled, and renewed and refreshed at the high school. So that's about almost a third of the high school. In the process of planning, we also discovered that several of our systems, the roof, the HVAC, need an update. And those costs would be faced by the taxpayer in the next 3, 4, 5 years under any circumstances. So the thinking was to fold these costs into a longer range bond together with the construction and renovation of learning spaces.
So Winfried, you bring up a great point, 50 years old. One of those areas that we're looking at too with this renovation is the locker rooms and the PE storage and the PE commons area. Currently, those locker rooms look the same as they probably looked 50 years ago. Gang showers, tight spaces, corners where it's hard to get by someone, and then some awkward open spaces that can't really be used fully for team meetings. They have, gender-based from 50 years ago style fixtures in them. Female locker room has some private wall spaces, but the male locker room has none of that. And there are no real storage spaces. So often when you go into these locker rooms, some of the PE equipment and the football equipment and soccer equipment are sitting on the floor or off in a corner because it's the only place that they really can fit. And it's a great opportunity to be looking at that whole 1970s wing of the building where a lot of these things have been untouched for some time now.
That's a good segue to what people probably want to know about this project. How much does it cost? So at this point, we're looking at a total cost, which obviously need to be bonded, of $22.2 million. If you bear in mind what I said earlier, approximately $5 million of that are maintenance issues, roof issues that need to be addressed either through budget in our regular budgets, or we have the opportunity to bond this and fold this into a larger project over many more years. So at this point, we are planning to come to the voters in March with a proposal for a 20-year bond to renovate and reconstruct elements of the high school that also include updates to our HVAC system, our mechanical systems, as well as roof and other repair work that we discovered in the process of planning this expansion.
Thank you, Winfried. It reminds me, we should invite you to have us come down into maybe you have a small book club or an organization or group that's local to town and you have a lot of questions. Sometimes it's a lot easier to come down and explain those. We are more than willing to come down and present this to you to answer questions. We've been going around to the 7 towns to all the PTO meetings, to select board meetings, Rotary. So if you have another club or organization that you represent and you're really curious to know about some of this jargon you're hearing like STEAM and inquiry-based education and what this really means for you, we're more than happy to come down. You can also find more information on our website as well as going through YCN and watching these videos that we've been putting out through PSAs. And as always, call, email the high school at any time and ask to talk to me, and I'm more than happy to welcome you in and give you a tour around and show you what we're looking at.
So thanks very much for that offer, and also I want to invite everybody and really urge everybody to come to the deliberative session on January 8th for the school district and really voice your concerns, ask your questions, and hopefully support the project. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Winfried and Charles, for this vision. Up next, we'll hear about some good books for gifts from Catherine Nevins, but now another few words from the good folks that make it possible for us to bring you Yankee Chronicle.